Welcome to Spine and Sports Therapy, your resource for all things injury prevention, sports medicine, sports chiropractic. Thanks so much for tuning on today. My name is Dr. Matthew Brackney with Spine and Sports Therapy, Kingwood. We have a cool conversation I want to share with you guys today. I want to help you understand the difference between soreness from training or a workout or from physical activity versus the beginning stages of an injury. A lot of times people can prevent an injury if they can start to feel that an injury is beginning to take place. It's a concept that I refer to as body awareness. Starting to know the warning signs, the check engine lights, if you will, that your body tells you before an injury takes place. Just like in the car, if you notice that your wheel starts to veer a certain direction, it can be an indication that the alignment is off, or it can be an indication that tire pressure on one or more of the tires is inadequate. So simple things like that our body tells us all the time that lets us know that an injury is imminent and an injury is coming. If you can catch your body in this state and address the factors that are leading to that, you can prevent an injury. And that's a really cool concept. So today we're going to give two really simple but effective concepts that you can take advantage of to perceive if you're in that stage where you're possibly predisposed to an injury, or if it's simply soreness from training and exercising and things like that. So we're going to jump right into it. The first one we're going to go over is called the one-sided rule. So I'm going to write that down. The one-sided rule. So generally, when we experience soreness from training, from a workout, or even from excessive physical activity like gardening or walking pets, perhaps, it's common to get soreness. The difference between soreness and a possibly dysfunctioning muscle or a joint that's not working right, that the predispositions to an injury, the difference between the two is general soreness is usually on both sides of the body, whereas joints or muscles that aren't working right, postural imbalances, those are usually just on one side of the body. So we'll use the Achilles for an example. The Achilles is the big, thick tendon that attaches into the heel from the calf muscle. So if someone has soreness in their Achilles muscle, if it's on both sides from a workout training, whether it's running, whether it's weightlifting, or whether, like I mentioned, it was from excessive or different or new physical activity, then generally it'll be on both sides. If it's a predisposition to an injury, a risk factor for injury, then it'll really only be on that one side. Oftentimes, especially with repetitive overuse injuries, typically it's usually on one side of the body, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason why one side of the body always has aches and pains and things like that. And those are indications, those are check engine lights that your body is letting you know that there's something going on, there's something wrong, and that's when you want to start to become aware of that, so you can address it, so you can prevent injury. So just a quick little side note with the one-sided rule, get good at what's called palpation. Palpation is just the medical term for assessing different tissue, assessing ligaments, tendons, the muscle itself. Get good at feeling through the different muscles, the tendons, your joints as well. Get good at checking through those tissues and see if there's tenderness there. And check both sides. So if you're feeling some tightness on one side but not the other, check through the calf muscle, check through that Achilles tendon, and then check it on the other side as well. Compare both sides and see if one side is significantly more tender than the other. Or if you're just happen to feel the tightness more on one side but the other side is tender as well. Again, going back to that idea that if both sides are tender or tight, then it's likely just a normal response to the physical activity that you engaged in. The second concept we're going to talk about today is called the 2-day rule. I'm going to go ahead and write that down. The 2-day rule. Now, the 2-day rule is equally as simple. With soreness, with tightness that comes from training or physical activity, usually it will last for about 48 hours, about 2 days. In general, it starts to diminish after that. So if you have tightness, soreness on both sides of the body, and it begins to diminish after the second day, it's more than likely just that soreness. It's more than likely just your body's normal response to physical activity. Now, if it begins to last longer than 2 days, or if you had soreness, tightness on both sides of the body, then after 2 days, one side, the symptoms kind of get relieved and kind of go away, and then on the other side, the symptoms remain after 2 days, that's another check engine light that your body may be experiencing risk factors or predisposed to injury. So this may seem like a really simple concept, may seem pretty practical, common sense, and it is, but sometimes it's hard to think in common sense terms when we're experiencing something like possibly an injury or different new symptoms. So utilize both of these. These are both really good little simple tools that you can take advantage of to catch an injury. Again, we're looking for check engine lights. Now, these are ways to assess for check engine lights. When you experience those and you figure out that it is on one side of the body and it's lasting for a little bit longer than the 2 days, it kind of keeps coming back every time I run, every time I do squats, I have that little hip thing again and then it goes away. Those are check engine lights. And those are things that you want to begin to address so that it doesn't turn into an injury. So if they don't fit these rules, if it's on both sides, if it goes away within that normal 2-day period, then it's likely nothing more than just your body's normal response. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for tuning on. Please subscribe to this channel for more cool videos on injury prevention, sports chiropractic, and the like. You want to make sure that you're getting the most out of your body and your training, whether you're running, whether you're weightlifting, whether you're an everyday athlete, gardening, walking pets, being a mom or a dad. Staying injury free is really important for doing all the things that we love to do every day. So thanks so much for tuning on. Like I said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave a comment as well in the comments section. We'd love to answer it. Again, my name is Dr. Matthew Brackney with Spine and Sports Therapy. Stay mobile.